Hey everyone, I'm Jessica with that hashtag show, and I'm here today to talk about Don't Log Off with Jack and Ashley. Thanks for talking with me.
Hey
Thanks for
Jessica,
having
thanks
us.
for having us.
Now, this movie, you guys started working on this, what probably feels like about forever ago now, because
Exactly.
Yeah. 5 years ago. When did you first learn about the film, and how did you get involved in the process?
Should we go first? I'll go first. I Either Sterling or Luke reached out to me and sent me a TM on Instagram, and they were like, "Hey, we're filming this really cool movie. It's going to be all of our friends, everybody in the cast." And hadn't really gotten a chance to work with a lot of them. Kind of just seeing them in passing at events and stuff like that. And he was like, "We'd love for you to be a part of this." And he sent me the script, and I was just really excited by it. It was a really cool concept, and I love that we really got a chance to, take on the challenge of filming in 2020. It was really wild. It was really cool.
Yeah, pretty much the same for me. It was 2020 and we all were going through some crazy stuff and it was very uncertain and we didn't know what was going on and in that first year especially. And so um, obviously Brandon Bear and Garrett Bear directed it. And so I have mad respect for them. And so, apart from just all of my friends being in this, of course I wanted to do it. But then when Brandon and Garrett were on board, I was certainly down for it because I just think they're so brilliant. And yes, Sterling reached out to me. He's one of my best friends. We've been roommates multiple times, and we've just supported each other over the years. And then just the names out of the hat that just kept coming. It was all of our friends, Luke Bamward and Ariel and Kylan and Brielle and Ashley. And like, it was like, okay, great. This is gonna be awesome. And Ashley and I got to do a lot of stuff together. We worked together before, so it was a really cool matchup for us too, and we were really excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, awesome. I love that you guys all were friends and knew each other. I feel like you could feel that in the movie, like in the beginning when everybody's hanging out on their the birthday party call and getting ready. Like it feels like you guys are friends, and I feel like that would be a challenge for people who didn't know each other and who were having to film virtually as well to create that bond.
For sure. I think that's one of the reasons why it worked and why it's people are gonna be able to see it now is because we are friends and I think people just gravitate towards something real, real friendships and shows that go on for a long time. You see that relationship, and this isn't not it's not a show that's been on a long time, but like our friend group has been existent for a long time, and so like you said, even in a Zoom call, I think that shows, and I think people are gonna like that sense of familiarity and that camaraderie between all of us.
Yeah, the energy is there for sure. And since we were dealing with COVID and filming virtually, you guys had to do a lot more of your own work than usual with cameras and sound stuff. Tell me about having to take on some extra roles for this movie.
Yeah, it was wild. We were our own camera people, we were our own lighting people. Um, it it was kind of a crash course in filmmaking, I think on my end. It was I feel like Jack and I have been acting for so long at this point, and like we see what the crew does, but to not have anybody else there and just be like, all right, it's all up to you guys, have fun, was it was really eye-opening. And I think I learned a lot to be able to film it on iPhones and GoPros with the really cool camera rig that they gave us so that we were lit okay and that people could see us. We would do that, and then at the end of the day they would come and pick up the memory card at the end of the day and be like, all right, we'll see you tomorrow. It was a really cool experience, and I learned a lot.
Yeah, I agree. It was just unlike anything that we've done before. Like Ashley said, when takes a lot, it takes a village to
Yeah.
create a project, a film. And we had a lot of people working on the project behind the scenes, but when we were filming, like it was just us. And like Ashley said, like they gave us the equipment. We kind of had to learn how to use it pretty quickly, and they would come by and pick up the memory card, the most important part, and we would hand it off and then do it again the next day. So definitely a really like she said, a crash course, really cool, interesting, something we've never done before. And but also because it was with our friends, it was also like there wasn't a ton of pressure. Like if we were gonna mess up, like no one was gonna like, call our agent,
Real.
That's fair. It's a good environment to get that experience in, and now you know. What was it like working on a horror movie? Because I don't necessarily think of either of you as like only horror people, that kind of thing. So are you big horror fans? What was that like?
Dream come true. I love horror movies. I go to horror nights every year if I can. I love
Oh,
it so much. I loved being a part of this movie. I think they actually just released a clip online of one of the like I'm hiding from like the scary guy clips, and I'm like I loved filming that so much because I just love horror movies. Some of The Conjuring is my favorite horror movie of all time. So like I was like living for this movie. I had a great time.
I particularly like don't love horror. I have seen The Conjuring. I like the Um, but yeah, like I'm down. Like I'm down for anything. And I'm not like the biggest horror fan, but I was excited to do a horror film. I think I've done a couple over the years. But it's super fun, you get to freak yourself out, psych yourself up, and really put yourself in that situation. And the acting is intense, and it's like a stretch, and it's fun, like to stretch those muscles, and to work on that type of acting is super fun. It's such challenging and scary.
yeah, you guys are going like so far out of the normal comfort zone with this one, because you've got the horror and the elements of like the intensity of that acting, and then you're doing the filming and the lighting and all this stuff yourselves.
Yep.
Going on, a lot going on. All right, I will ask this anytime I talk to somebody who is working on a horror movie. Would you, put in the same situation, make the same choices that your character did? Would you be going to investigate on your own
I
if
think
your friend was
absolutely.
missing?
I think if it's our friends, where I think
Yeah.
the story was very just true to form and very realistic because what are you gonna do when like your best friends you feel like they're in trouble? You're gonna go help them. So I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely same. If it was my best friends and something was going on a call, I would be at their house in like 2 seconds. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but like one-on-one though, because you all went one at a time, and I was sitting there watching. I was like, I wouldn't go by myself. I would be like, we have
Fair.
to pick up at least.
Fair.
I think
Maybe I would have
so.
gone with someone.
Okay,
We're a
I guess
courageous bunch.
I guess so. I guess
True.
so. I don't have that level of
We've
courage
lived
yet
in
that
Los
we're
Angeles
all
for
here
15 years.
witnessing.
Or you know what? Maybe at this point in my life I wouldn't. I have a kid now, so like I feel like if I was on a call like that and something happened, I feel like I would pick one or the other to go check on our friend because like I got to make sure my kid is taken care of, you know what I mean? So maybe at this point in my life it would be one or the other, but I think somebody would go, definitely.
That's fair. Got it, got it. All right, to close things out, now that we are finally going to get to put this movie out there, I know it's been a long time. What's it like for you guys to know that this is finally going to be out there for everyone to see?
So excited.
I think it's really cool. I think as an actor, Ashley could probably say the same, pretty much everyone in the cast, like we've been here for long. I've been here since 2010. And so I worked with Ashley not too long after I moved here. So we've known each other a long time. But, you do projects over the years and some of them don't see the light of day,
Yep.
and that's just how it is. And you have to do art for art's sake. And
Yeah.
and that's something that I've really held closely. And you move on, you close the book, you close the chapter, and you move on to other things, and it's keep exploring, keep pushing yourself. And when something like this happens, it honestly is completely unexpected, and it's the coolest though. You put something to bed, and it turns out that what you did really connected somehow. And however long it took to do it, it did it, and now you get to kind of enjoy it again because it's sort of a second coming, if you will, and people get to experience it and to go along the ride with us. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, I think also to on our end to be able to see this like finished product. Like we said, we were our own camera people. Like we did so much of the work while filming it that I think I'm really excited to just see this kind of snippet of our life with our friends at the time. It was like you said a few years ago, so I'm really stoked to see everything.